So we are on Dressel Farms. This is my family's orchard. We farm about 400 acres of land here in New Paltz, New York. My name is Tim Dressel. I'm the fourth generation grower here on the Dressel Farms. We're about to come up on our 100 years of being a Dressel operated farm here in New Paltz, and it's been, the last decade has been essentially keeping our heads above water. The crops have not been good, the weather's been changing, and we do feel a sense of responsibility as fourth generation growers, my sister and I, to continue to carry on what our great-grandfather started here. And our grandfather is still very involved in the business, so as a way to kind of keep him proud of what he's built and created here, we do have that sense of responsibility, and it is sad to have the discussions of, well, are we still going to be a farm in 10 years? These papers that I'm holding are invoices that were found in my grandfather's attic. They are from the 1950s. This one does not have a date, but this one is February 6th of 1953, where the returns that we were getting for a box of Red Delicious and Golden Delicious apples were $3.75 a box. And while that doesn't seem like much, when you punch that into an inflation calculator, that comes out to a little over $40 in 2023 money. Our average returns on a box of Red Delicious or Golden Delicious in 2023 are going to be somewhere around the $18 to $19 range a box. So we're making less than half of what we were making in 1953 when you adjust for inflation. Over the past few years, the minimum wage in New York State has been slowly rising, ratcheting up year to year. The expiration on that increase annually is coming up, and so Hochul's plan is to attempt to tie New York State's minimum wage to the inflation rate as it applies to consumers. So every year be reevaluated and then raised to match the rate of inflation. Minimum wage increases have been eating away at our profits, obviously. Our sales and returns do not tend to match up with the rate of inflation, especially over a broad span of time. So every year when minimum wage goes up, our profits go down. It's not something that we see come back to us in our final returns. As minimum wage increases, as do other wages that we pay, not everyone and most people on our farm do not make minimum wage, but every time there's a minimum wage increase, we feel compelled to raise everyone's wages. And the more that happens, the fewer employees we're going to be able to employ, the more mechanization we're going to have to turn to, or just simply losing some of our businesses, because as we lose employees, we might not be able to keep up with the number of products we have to deal with or the amount of work we have to do. So shrinking, and the longer that happens, the less likely we are to stay in business.